So our speaker today will be talking about the art of changing lives by changing perception. His name is Ivan Flores. He's a second-year special ed teacher at Hawthorne High School. And he also has a focus on helping students with functional living skills and community awareness. And he was also the recipient of the Hawthorne High School Teacher of the Year for 2017. So my man knows what he's doing. So let's give a warm round of applause to my man, Ivan Flores.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
First, I'd like to start by saying it's an honor to be here. And before I go into how changing my perception not only changed my life, but the people around me, I'd like to tell you a little bit about my story and how I got to where I am now. I'm originally from Mexico. I was born in Guaymas, Sonora, and I immigrated to the United States with my mother in 1987. I was 5 to 6 years old. And I was a very sickly child, so my mom is a doctor in Mexico. She left her practice and started a new life here in the States for us. My mother eventually remarried, and he is a great man, but may rest in peace. But and my sister was born, Nadia, and long story short, he wasn't a fit father or a fit husband, and so I had to help my mother raise my sister Nadia. Nadia, unfortunately, she couldn't be here. I wanted her to be here so you can meet her, but she has what's called Lennox-Gastaut syndrome, and it is a type of epilepsy, which comes with a lot of behavioral and intellectual problems. And my sister had many behavioral issues. For example, she'd get really angry, tear her clothes off, hit herself, hit others, and run into the street. And so, needless to say, I did grow up fairly quickly, but it's made me the man I am now, and I'm proud of it. I eventually started thinking about what I wanted to do with my life and what career I wanted to follow. And I thought, I love art, I wanted to go into art, but I needed a clearer path, and I wanted to give back, and I wanted to help, and I thought, what better way to give back than to teach children like Nadia. So I came to Dominguez Hills. I received my bachelor's in liberal studies. Soon after, I joined Project Uplift, which is supported by a grant by the Department of Education, and it's for teachers who want to go into moderate severe special education. Thank you, Dr. Beard, for getting that together. Soon after I joined Project Uplift, it all happened very fast, and call me a little crazy, but may they rest in peace. My grandfather and my grandmother, I always ask them for signs, like, let me know if I'm doing the right thing in life, if I'm going the right way. And so I walk into my interview at the district, and I look at all the board members, all the pictures, and I do a double take, and the president of the board is my old karate instructor. Oh, wow, okay. Cool. I know somebody. I didn't name drop. I went into my interview and I got the position. And they said, well, there's a position open at Hawthorne High, which is where I graduated. And the class that you will be teaching is the community-based instruction class for moderate severe special ed. And that's the same class that my sister was in when she went to Hawthorne. At night, I was going to school here at Dominguez Hills, and I walked into one of my classes, and my professor is Jolyn Smith, who was also my sister's teacher at Hawthorne High when my sister was at Hawthorne. So I'm like, okay, all right, everything's kind of going into place. And the first day of school comes along, and a parent approaches me and she says, Mr. Flores, I want you to know that I am not happy that my son is in your class. I was introduced to the teacher that was here before, and I loved her program, and I'm very afraid that your new teacher and my son is going to be in your hands. I want you to know that every day when he comes home, I'm going to check his body from head to toe for any bruises. And I'm not happy. Okay? So the day starts, and another special ed teacher that I've been with for a while comes over, and she has a student with her, and she says, this student cannot be in my class. He has too many behavioral issues, and the parents don't want him in there. I don't want him in there, and he's going to go with you now. And I didn't know. It's my first year, so I'm like, okay, I guess this is okay. And so the and so the student comes up to me and says, I want you to know that my last one-on-one, I got him fired, and I could do the same thing to you. So he's obviously a lot higher functioning than the students I have. Okay. But I look around and I see 6 adults. I'm like, great, I have all these classmates, one-on-ones, it's going to be awesome. That's fine, you don't scare me. And so weeks go by, and I'm starting to get to know these aides and pull out their cell phone. Hey, I'm going to make a quick phone call, I'll be right back. Or I had one lady who's been in the district for 15 years plus, following me around, reminding me that everything that I was doing was wrong, and that the teacher that was there before me did it better. And that the students were regressing because of it. Okay? I had one of my aides call me and says, hey Ivan, I'm at the laundromat, you're cool with that, right? I'll come right back. So, and then I come home and I'm struggling with IEPs, with homework, and my amazing girlfriend, she wants to hang out and spend time. I had 0 time for anything, even for sleep. So it's just a big struggle, and I'm like, man, maybe I'm in over my head. Maybe those signs that I thought were signs, maybe I was completely wrong. And maybe I should rethink what I want to do with my life. And about a month later, one of my students' mothers, she approaches me after school and she said, Mr. Flores, I want you to know that last night we had a family function. And it was the first time in my son's life that he approached his uncles and his aunts and he introduced himself and he asked to dance and participate in the party. She said, I want you to know that you're changing his life and you're changing my family's life as well. And thank you, and you're doing a good job. So I thought, wow, I have a real opportunity to do something here. I have an opportunity to change someone's life. And how awesome is that? So I started looking at all my struggles and all my challenges as opportunities. And for the purpose of this talk, I whittled it down to 5 points that you could focus on, or that were very important to me. Number 1, make connections with your parents. That mother that approached me day 1, I started going to her house every Saturday morning from 10 to 11, from 1 hour, for a month, to get to know her student, to get to know her child, and for them to get to know me. I had a after-school coffee talk with parents, and I had them come and share their stories of what it's like to have a child with disabilities and to get to know each other. And I get it. I know that you can't go to your children's homes and you have tons of students, and I get that. But with all the resources that we have, there has to be a direct line of communication with your parents. They need to know what's going on in your classroom, especially with immigrant families. Let them know that here in the United States, the school is part of the community. You can't just go and drop them off and forget about it. You have to know what's going on inside the school. You have to, it's very important, and you have to know the teacher. Number 2, have a vision. Know what you want your classroom to look like. Know how you want your students to act. Know how you want the people that are around you and your students, know what you expect of them. And then write it down and say it. And as soon as I said that, I went and presented it to my aides, and I said, either you're on board or you're not. And if you're not, that's fine. Maybe you're a better fit somewhere else. And that's a really nice way to say bye-bye. Number 3, don't compare yourself to other people. There's awesome teachers out there doing awesome things, and you'll get there, but in your own way. And this is where the art comes in. This is you, the individual. This is where you bring everything that you've experienced and you continue to experience into play. And I know this may sound a little funny, but this is how I remind myself of it. Winners focus on winning, and losers focus on winners. Stay in your lane, figure out what you need to do, learn from others, but know that you're not going to get there the same way. Number 4, rest and eat healthy. That was a big one for me, and I know those of you that have family and children, it's really, really hard to do. I get it, but you have to make it a priority, because if you're not healthy yourself, you really can't do much. You can't think clearly. And number 5, be thankful. When you wake up in the morning, be thankful that you have a clear mind, that you can think. Be thankful for your hands, your feet, your legs. Be thankful for your family. And then when you get to school, be thankful to those people that help you. That veteran teacher that stayed after school that helped me with my IEP for a couple of hours. And in the restaurant business, I used to bartend for many years. That's why I dress like this when I go to work. Not today, because it was really hot. It's called a verbal tip. When you give someone awesome service and they're like, man, you made our night, Ivan. My child's birthday was amazing because you are a server, yada, yada, yada. Here's $2, thank you. Same thing in the school. Even if they're paid to train you and help you, a little thank you card goes a long way. Something tangible, an email, some of your time. And, you know, I'm not saying get everyone a gift card or something, but just a thank you, something written down goes a long way. Now, so I have all this going on, and I'm focusing, and I have a better perception of what I need to do, and all these things start happening. That student that was brought to my classroom with behavioral issues, I'm very proud to say that his behavioralist discontinued services, and he is now where he's supposed to be, and he's being integrated into general education classes. My principal, she sends me and my classroom out on this amazing field trip. And we come back, and I said that the plumbing was all messed up in my classroom, which I knew was a lie. I'm in a bungalow. I don't have plumbing in a bungalow. I don't know, maybe not, but I knew something was up. And I walk in, and Channel 7 News is there, the Hawthorne TV channel, the helpful Honda people came in and redid my classroom. I was nominated by my principal and one of my TAs. So, and that same day, the superintendent walks in and says, Mr. Flores, not only were you nominated for Teacher of the Year, but your peers voted, and you got Teacher of the Year. So it's like, oh my God. A lot of things were going on. My amazing girlfriend, we are now engaged, and she's now my fiance, so we made it. And I also have family here, and I'd like for them to stand up, please. Please join me in giving them a hand. I know it's been a long day, so thank you very much, Dominguez Hills, and thank you for listening.